I'm currently sitting in my, let me try and get comfy first. Ugh. I'm currently sitting in my, what will be my old apartment. It's still my current apartment. Today's video is going to be talking about my move, and I'll also be giving you an empty apartment tour at the end of this video. But when I shared on my Instagram story that I really have been feeling very, very conflicted on where I should physically be, and I think that is only because of the pandemic. And when I shared this on my story, so many of you were going through the same thing. So I wanted to just kind of sit down and have a quick chat about how I got to this decision and kind of like what I've been feeling and what helped me get to this decision. Quick backstory. Last year was like the loneliest year of my life. And I was just like staying so busy with work and doing all of the things to keep my mind off of it that I didn't really realize it until it was when I went to get my curtain bangs, and I'm really close with my hairdresser, and I was sitting there and she was like, you know, I've been thinking about you because I can't imagine how hard this has been living alone. So she was like, I've been thinking about you because I can't imagine how hard it's been living alone during this pandemic. And it was so crazy, like before my mind even could react, my body reacted, and I just felt the tears coming. I just felt them like uncontrollably, and I was like, wow, I'm fucking lonely. And a lot of other things happened this past year in 2020 that led to me feeling this lonely. There were changes with work relationships, changes with friendships. I stopped talking to my ex-boyfriend, and I was really, really alone. And I had therapy. I had started therapy in 2020, and I talked to my therapist about this after this incident at the hair salon. And I just couldn't even say the word lonely or alone without breaking down. And this one session was like, even thinking about it, I get emotional because it was so hard. And this one session I had with her, I just cried like the whole time because I was just releasing, I think, all of this energy I didn't even know I was holding on to about feeling so alone. So it was that day after I left the hairdresser and had therapy all in one day. I was like, I'm going back to Colorado for November and December for the holidays. I'm going back. I need to be around family. I need this right now. So I went back at the beginning of November and ended up staying November, December, and January. And it was the best decision. I had the best time living with my parents. I had an amazing time dating in Denver. My best friend lives there. We did so many like adventures. We went snowshoeing and went up to Vail, and like it was just restored my soul. And it was exactly what I needed. So coming back to LA, my lease was up March 19th. So I had this like date looming over my head, and I was like, for months, basically the last 6 months of my life, every single day I would think, I'm moving to Denver. The next day, I'm staying in LA. I'm moving to Denver. I'm staying in LA. And I think my friends and family are so sick of me talking about it because I've been talking about this for 6 months, and the amount of brain capacity this has taken up is insanity. So I came back here to LA at the beginning of February, and I was like, okay, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I was journaling every single day based on how I was feeling, how I was feeling back in LA, if I felt like I needed to be here, or if it was really time for me to move back to Colorado. At the same time, my best friend Erin was applying for travel nursing jobs. And I was like, I don't actually even know how this came up, but we had this idea that if she went to Austin, I have heard so many great things about Austin and thought it would be such a fun new adventure that I was like, if you get a travel nursing job in Austin, they're 13 weeks. It lines up perfectly when my lease ends. This is the universe telling us this is what we need to do. I will put all my stuff in storage, come to Austin with you, live there for 13 weeks, have the best time. There's so much stuff to do outdoors. Just like soak up this time where we can like be free and not tied to anything. But with travel nursing, I didn't know it's very last minute and very, you don't have a lot of options. So basically from February, like the second week of February up until the last week of February, we were just waiting. I was like, are we moving to Austin? Are we not? Like, what's going on? I don't know. And this was really an opportunity. Really, I just wanted to postpone the inevitable decision of having to decide if I want to stay in LA or move back to Denver. Finally, I was like, okay, Erin, I have to move out of my apartment in like 2 weeks. Like, I cannot keep waiting. There's no jobs coming from Austin. It just doesn't seem like it's meant to be. I had to kind of like let go of that adventure, and I started just looking at apartments in Denver and LA to like see what was out there. I ended up finding this place in LA that was like a dream. And I was like, I'm just gonna go look at it. I'm just gonna go look at it. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, this apartment. And I was feeling super, super, super conflicted still, whether or not, honestly, up until I signed the lease, whether or not I wanted to stay in Denver or go to LA. And leading up to that, I was reading the book, The Universe Has Your Back, and I want to read you a couple notes that I wrote from the book that helped me think through this decision. So one of them was, the universe will always conspire to lead you towards solutions of the highest good when you are open to receive them. I realized I was currently seeing this situation from a place of lack, judgment, and fear, but if I choose to see it with love, I create space for miracles. So I was thinking about, if I moved to Denver, all of the negative things in regards to that. If I stay in LA, all of the negative things in regard to that. And I took time to just be quiet, which I rarely do, and think about what is my ideal situation. And I said to the universe, God, I was like, I am open to hearing your message of where I'm supposed to be. And then it was like, I thought back and I saw so clearly all of these signs that the universe was telling me that I think that I'm supposed to stay in LA. I'm not done here. And it was so crazy. So I told you the main reason I wanted to leave LA was because I was very lonely. And I was boarding my flight back to LA from Denver when this girl, Rosie, who I actually met at our Confident Collective launch party over a year ago, we had become friends on Instagram, kind of followed each other. She DM'd me and was like, I'm back in LA, let's get together. Okay, we hung out, and it was like, we just clicked. Like, I feel like I have been friends with this girl for like years, and I've only known her for like a few weeks. And we just hit it off like immediate friends. When you meet someone and you're like, you're gonna be with me for the long haul. That was her. And then she came with me one day to look at the apartment that I fell in love with. We pull up to the apartment and she's like, oh my God, I used to live in the apartment across the street and now my really good friend lives there. So we go over, meet her friend. Her friend is absolutely incredible. Like, already have a friend across the street, a neighbor, before I'm signing the lease on this apartment. Also, this apartment is beautiful and many people wanted it. I was not the only person to apply. I actually didn't even apply to it the day I saw it because I didn't know what I was going to do. And the landlord was like, look, I really want to get people that I trust and connect with and think are going to be good tenants in this building. I think you're the best pick from everyone who's applied. And if you are trying to find an apartment in LA, this doesn't really happen. Like, apartments go so fast and you have to like act fast, and especially me having an income of like, I have a stable income, but I'm self-employed. So I just was like, wow, okay, this is a sign. Also, another sign, since I've been back in LA, work has been like booming. I have been so busy. Multiple very exciting opportunities were presented to me. It was just a shift when I got back. And another thing that I really thought about is, in the long term, being with family is really important to me. And when I settle down, get married, have kids, when that happens, I do want to be close to family and in Denver. And I just felt like now is the time for me to stay here, and Denver will be there when I'm ready. So I honestly was like crying in my car up until I signed this lease. Signed the lease and just felt like a relief that I had a plan. I still honestly wasn't like, I do think this is the right decision, but at the same time, I would have been able to create a happy life for myself no matter what decision I made. But I feel good about this decision, and I think it was the right one for me right now. So that's kind of how I got to this decision to stay in LA. And I think when you are thinking about, well, first of all, I think a lot of us are questioning where we should be physically right now because of this pandemic. It has changed the way we work. It has changed the way we live. For many of us, it has changed our priorities, and it makes you question things. And I think a lot of us are feeling doubt and scared. Here are my biggest pieces of advice when you are thinking about a decision like this. Number one, get quiet. Put your phone away, put your computer away, sit in silence and tell the universe, God, whatever, I am open to hearing your message for me. Where do I need to be? Be open to receiving that message. And also not thinking about this situation from a place of fear or a place of lack. So I was thinking about basically all scenarios on things that could go wrong. And when I changed my mindset of like the best possible scenario, dream big, like the possibilities are infinite, are endless. And I think also knowing that no matter what you choose, it's going to be okay. You are going to be able to create and build an incredible life for yourself. The one thing that it was holding me back, some of you asked me, did my birth chart reading that we did on the podcast sway my decision? And it honestly made me question my decision, because Alice told me this year for me is about like romantic relationships, and that she sees me getting a boyfriend this year. And let me tell you, they don't call it Menver for nothing. Ladies, my dating life there, I had too many options, and it was awesome. And I really liked a few of the guys I was seeing there. And I was sad when I had to be like, I'm not coming back, and kind of letting go of that possibility. But I'm a firm believer, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And I'm trying to change my perspective on dating in LA. Whew! That is chatty. How long have I been chatting? Anyway, I hope that helps maybe give you some clarity and insight or perspective on the situation from someone who has just been through it. So anyway, I'm going to take you over to the new apartment and give you an empty apartment tour. Let's go. We got the living room. I forgot my tripod, so I'm set you on the mantle. The living room. It's so bright and airy. I actually didn't have time to come over here to do the tour before I went to work out, so I just worked out. I'm a sweaty mess, but I'm gonna give you a little apartment tour. And bear with me, I don't have anyone to film me as I take you around like MTV Crib style. So I'll just be guiding you through from behind the camera, okay? So when you walk in, you have this beautiful big living room with the windows on the left and this amazing fireplace. Well, fake, it's like a mantle, right? There's no fireplace, so it's a mantle. And then you come through here and we have the bedroom. Just hung the curtains today. The one thing I am concerned about is the closet space because this is very small. And I have another one over here, which is a little bigger, but I'm gonna need to buy an armoire or something. Then we come through here and we have this beautiful original bathroom. And I just love like a pink bathroom, and like everything is original. I just love all the character that it has. And everywhere has such nice natural light, as you can see. Oh my gosh. And the kitchen is also all original, like very retro. We've got this like gorgeous old stove. And I mean, just picture some flowers in there for springtime. This is stunning. And then we've got the dining area over here. I'm gonna get rid of these blinds. Washer and dryer, because I'm a bougie bitch. So that, ooh, we've got, what am I trying to say? The original cabinets. So that is the apartment. Just a 1-bedroom, so much natural light, so freaking stunning, really, really well maintained. And I'm just so happy and excited to make this my own. I'm kind of purging a lot of my old furniture and starting fresh. So it's gonna be like a slow process because furniture is back ordered till the end of time. So I'm just gonna be patient and slowly bring this place together. It feels good to like be grounded and know that I'm going to be in a specific place and just have the decision made. So it feels good. I will definitely be doing more videos as I decorate the space, and I'm excited to take you along on this new adventure with me. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.